Now let me take the honor to invite Sharon to do the honors of introducing our first feature presenter of the day.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. Good morning, BNI again, and good morning, our visitors. It gives me great pleasure to introduce our first presenter for today, who I have known for a little over 20 years. Yes, since I was about one. So you can see how old I am. Yes, Solomon lives in the plush neighborhood of Bukoto with his beautiful wife and 4 amazing children who you have had the pleasure of hearing from this morning. Yes, they live with their dogs and their cats. I don't know how many they are. The last time I heard, they were expecting dogs and cats. So that is who they are. Solomon loves the Lord. He is a family man. As we can see, a lover of life. He loves the outdoors, and he expresses this through climbing mountains. He has climbed a couple of those. He's eyeing the Everest, I believe. He loves Elgon. He has climbed the Elgon. He likes to hike. He likes to bike. I think he has done a biking trip all the way to Fort Portal or something like that. That is his life. He likes to run marathons, and he has traveled the world just to run. Imagine people do that. His key to success is gratitude and trusting in the Lord. He is very hospitable together with their family. I'm sure many of you have had the pleasure of being in their space where they have hosted you for some of the most amazing parties. So that's the sort of person that he is. He has been in business for over 15 years, and I would like to quote a verse in line with that, and it says, "Do you see a man that is skillful and experienced in his work? He will stand in honor before kings. He will not stand before obscure men." That is from Proverbs chapter 22, verse 29. And to demonstrate this, he's the photographer of the people's president. Yes, just to confirm that he does not stand before obscure men. And so welcome with me the CEO of Apt Media, Solomon Tumwesigye, as he makes his presentation this morning.
Thank you, Pastor Sharon. She had to slide in a quick Bible verse there. Before I start, I would like to, I'm a gold member. I've invited over 6 people that have turned out to be members. But even me, I have a sponsor. Do you know who my sponsor is? I'll ask them to wave to the people. You know yourself. Anyway, is my sponsor. She joined BNI way before I. And you can imagine she was VP before I knew what BNI was. You know what that means. Eh? VPs can be something else. All their life is in the chapters like her. Anyway, today I'm very privileged to share my presentation day with an amazing woman. I like to get the very important things out of the way because we don't know how this will end. She's a certified project manager. She's a thriving entrepreneur and passionate advocate for empowerment. She runs Click Investments, that's the name you know. It features an online grocery store, fresh juicery, and lately Nutrition Garage. She's an author. Someone waved that book at the back, and her book is on sale. It's called Just Start. So if you know people who are struggling to start, that's the ultimate small business handbook. In addition to her successful career, Jennifer finds joy in her family. She's married to a one David, not the one I saw here. They have children together. Her dedication to Click Investments has become a household name to providing fresh juices, grocery shopping, and many other things. Jennifer will have an opportunity to speak to us later. I thought I would get that out of the way and thank her for the parfaits. She gets to serve parfaits the day I'm presenting. Thank you, Jen. Now, today this is Apt Media. We've been in business since 2008. That makes just over 15 years, I believe. Please follow us. Our handle is Apt Media UG on all our socials. Yes, X is a thing. If you're not seeing it on your phone, please update your apps. You will see. And then those are pillars. We love what we do. I know my friends in the house, some like to call it X, hence read it as Zapped. but it's a thing that is made up of many pillars that we stand on. Customer satisfaction, the love of what we do, excellence, winning attitude, and star quality. But, and we've been blessed to serve many organizations. Those are just some of them. There are many, there are really, really many, but these are some of them. And for the benefit of those who have had my presentation many times, I skipped the usual standard first 3 slides just to get into the meat of it. The ones who haven't seen them, book a one-to-one. Now, the topic of the day is location to set, elements of a good video production. And the first element is location scouting. You have to ask, if you're asking people to shoot your video, we have to do a location scout. Try and internalize everything we have to do before we go there. This was at a laboratory in Entebbe called, sponsored by Target Malaria. They specialize in researching on the female Anopheles mosquito. Do you remember that one? The one that transmits malaria, and I'm with my favorite producer, Soleil, in there, and who are doing a location scout, and that's one of the very important steps you have to do to have a good production. Element 2 is set design. Now, set design, when someone talks of a shoot set, you think it's a stage with lights and things like that. But because no one set is the same, unless it's a studio, no one room is the same, the set has to change and be different. So that's where your creativity sets in. Up there was when we were shooting Desert Island Discs, and Desert Island Discs has been a radio show for a very long time, but knowing that people have since moved, pivoted from typical radio to online and things like that, we moved it to video, and every set was different. So up there was Robert Kapshenga's farm. We got there, we had to decide where we needed to have it. That's on his farm somewhere on top of the hill. Down here was Uncle Mo in his garage. We get there in his space, what can really represent him. You could visit our YouTube channel and watch those episodes and see the final look of those productions. Element 3 is cutting edge technology. Now this slide could have been full of pictures of equipment and technology, but I just decided to go with those. Now, technology is very, very dynamic when it comes to our industry, and it changes almost every day. If you buy a piece of equipment now, James will tell you. If you want to buy another one tomorrow, a few months from now, you have to do a lot of research before you know whether it's actually the right equipment for you. Now, a passionate team. Without a passionate team, the things I've talked about all mean absolutely nothing. Many of you know my friend and lead general Josh up there on the camera. We were crossing to do a shoot somewhere up country, and we had just crossed that road in the morning. It rained a little bit, and we came back, and the road was cut off. And the road was cut off. But guess what? The work needed to be worked. So our vehicle was stuck somewhere in there. I know some people in this room were in that same vehicle. But we had to park it, remove our shoes and cross the river. You know those days when they used to say there's no river will not cross for you? Yeah, it applies to us too. Client-centric approach. So we don't just shoot your video, produce it good looking and have it given to you. We want you to achieve the targets for which you hired us. Because we know whatever we do for you, whatever content creation we do for you, it's supposed to achieve something for you. So that's what we go for. And that's still my favorite producer, Soleil Munyana, engaging the clients as the one behind the camera. That's why I'm not in there. Yeah, for obvious reasons. Innovation. Innovation is very, very wide, but I like to look at innovation like many of the innovations, the tools we use to innovate have been with us for a long time, and we either don't explore them or we have not seen the opportunity to. I'll go back to Desert Island Discs. Has been here since 1993, I think, but on radio. But how many people still tune into a radio station to listen to a 1-hour show? None, I can tell you, you're all busy people. But if we move it to YouTube, then you can watch it at your pace. we hosted, over 150 guests, and the show went wild, especially on video. In the top right corner, I remember that day it was a live streaming of a school production where my kids used to go to school, and same thing. Parents are busy, they leave work at 5, they can't get to school at 4:30, and they still have to watch their kids do a Christmas production. So they start to watch the show on YouTube as they drive to the school and join in whenever, or even not at all. Down here is wireless transfer of photos. I know almost everyone in here has asked someone, please send me my photos. Yes, you know how it is. We know that people want to see their photos instantly. So when we are covering an event, we make sure that you get your photos while the event is still going on. First of all, to pour water on your FOMO, like I mentioned earlier, but also to make sure your social media team is using them and all that, and not using their phones to take photos. You've been to an event where people keep crossing the stage with their phones to take photos. No, that's what we want to avoid, because we want you to achieve your purpose. Lastly, element 7 is quality excellence. I thought I'd represent this by sharing some of the short testimonials that we've gotten. We produced a video that I think did wonders for Exceed Catering. Olivia is in here. I know some of you know some of the names in here, and we've served them and they've thanked us. And quality excellence is a thing. Now, just to take you back through location scouting, set design, cutting edge technology, passionate team, client-centric approach, innovation, quality excellence. And I'll just end with the quote I gave earlier: a video can capture a moment in sight, sound, and motion. It's the next thing to actually being there. Thank you very much. But before I go, let me just show you a little bit of behind the scenes. It's a very short video to show you how we go through most of those elements. Thank you, Josh.
We are right now live on location at Worship Harvest Nalia, and it's Monday evening. If you're a Worship Harvester, you know that Monday evening is Be Your Own Boss, the show. They are taking it from radio and Twitter spaces to video. Let me give you a sneak peek. What's going on inside? So that is Pastor Chris and Musumba Danstan doing their thing. Pastor Sharon is online, and they are moving it to video. It's our first show here today. Usually when it's our first show, we don't know what to expect on location. We come in with all sorts of equipment because we don't know what to expect. Today we realized that there are just 2 people live in the studio. So we figured that the 2 cameras we have set up are okay. We have tapped audio straight from their mixer to make sure that we are getting the crisp audio, as well as getting the audio of the Pastor Sharon, who is coming in via Twitter Spaces here. Earlier today, we were at Nutrition Garage, and it was also a non-location shoot. We don't know what to expect. Usually we start by having a sit-down meeting with the client. We discuss the details, go through her presentation and what she wants to shoot, and so on and so forth. The devil is in the detail, that's what they say. It's all in the detail. Preparation is everything when it comes to this kind of work. Let me get back inside on camera. I'll see you on the next shoot. I don't know.
Thank you, Josh. That's what I have for you this morning. Thank you very much.
Wow.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Amazing.
Let me catch you, Sean. Who wants to see the final look?
Of course I do.
Let's look at the final look. No bell. Let's look at the final look, Josh. Quickly.